We told you about a man who spent 27 years in prison and became president. We told you about a farm boy who said God spoke to him and built a religion. Today, we tell you about a man who conquered more land than Alexander, Caesar, and Napoleon combined. He started as an abandoned 9-year-old with nothing, no home, no food, no future. His name was Temujin. The world would come to know him as Genghis Khan. Around 1162, a boy was born near the An River in northeastern Mongolia. His father, Yesagai, was a small clan leader, not rich, not powerful, just one of many trying to survive on the steppe. His mother, Holin, didn't choose this family. Yesagai had her kidnapped from a rival tribe years before Temujin was born. Temujin grew up learning to ride, hunt, and survive brutal Mongolian winters. Then at age 9, Temujin's father was poisoned by rivals at a camp he passed through. He made it home, but he was already dying. Temujin was away when it happened, staying with his future bride's family. By the time he got back, his father was already in the ground. Without his father, the family meant nothing. The Taikyu clan, his father's own allies, took the horses, the cattle, and the sheep. Then they rode away and left Temujin's family behind to starve. For years, the family survived by digging for roots, catching fish, and picking wild berries. They were outcasts, the lowest rank in Mongol society. Temujin and his brother Kasar were the ones keeping the family fed. Their half-brother Bektar kept taking what they caught. Fish, birds, anything. He took it and he didn't stop. One day Bektar took a bird Temujin had just shot. Temujin and Kasar followed him out onto the steppe. They came at him from two sides. Bektar sat down and waited for what was coming. Temujin and Kasar shot him dead. When they came home, their mother was horrified.
You are like wolves devouring your own pack. You have no one but each other. How could you do this?
He was 15 years old. In the middle of the night, horses thundered into his camp. They didn't kill him. They put a wooden collar around his neck, a kang, and made him a slave. The Taikyu had passed him from household to household like a piece of property. He watched, he calculated, and he waited for one moment of carelessness. Then came up a feast. His captors drank until their eyes were glassy and their guards dropped. He struck the guard with the wooden collar itself and ran into the night. He ran until he reached a river, waded in, and lay still, only his face above the water. A Taikyu man named Sorkin Shira found him. He looked at Temujin and said nothing. Sorkin Shira's sons removed the collar and buried him under wool in a cart until the search ended. When the searchers were gone, he walked out of the cart a free man, changed forever. A few years later, he returned to the Onagrad tribe to claim the bride his dead father had promised him. Her family gave them a black sable fur coat as a wedding gift. Temujin looked at it and saw an opportunity. He wrote to Wang Khan Togrul, his father's old ally, and laid that coat at his feet. Togrul accepted, and just like that, the slave boy had his first powerful protector. Then the Merkits came. They remembered Temujin's father stealing a bride from their tribe, and now they took his. In Mongol culture, a man who couldn't protect his wife had no honor. Temujin felt every bit of it. He called his childhood friend Jamuka, a rival but still an ally, and together they went to war. The three armies combined, Temujin, Togrul, and Jamuka, and hit the Merkit camps before dawn. He tore through the fleeing prisoners, calling her name, and then he found her. When Borte came home, she was pregnant. The baby's father would never be known for certain. Temujin named the boy Jochi. He claimed him as his son, but the whispers never died. Word spread. Warriors from tribes that Yesegai had once led began showing up at Temujin's camp.
Your presence here threatens the balance.
We will not turn back. The Khan demands tribute.
He promoted men based on loyalty and skill, not bloodline. That was revolutionary. The friendship with Jamuka began to crack. Two visions of power that could not share the same sky. One night, Temujin simply rode away from Jamuka's camp. No confrontation, just gone. In 1190, Jamuka gathered 30,000 warriors from 13 tribes and came for Temujin. Temujin's smaller force was crushed at the Battle of Dalan Baljut. He retreated into a gorge. But Jamuka made a catastrophic mistake. He boiled 70 captive young men alive in iron cauldrons. For this mistake, warriors who had fought against Temujin walked into his camp and asked to join him. In 1196, Temujin made a calculated deal. He allied with the powerful Jin dynasty in China against the Tatars. The Tatars had poisoned his father. Now it was time to settle that debt completely. He ordered every Tatar male taller than a wagon axle to be killed. An entire generation gone. Tribe by tribe, rival by rival, he consumed them. Some by force, some by fear, some by admiration. In 1201, Temujin faced another battle with Jamuka's coalition. During this battle, he was shot in the neck. He nearly died. His warrior Jelmi spent the whole night sucking the blood from the wound to prevent infection. When Temujin recovered, he asked his prisoners, "Who shot my horse?" One man stepped forward. Temujin didn't kill him. He recruited him and renamed him Zeph, meaning arrow, and made him a general. One by one, Jamuka's allies abandoned him. They had seen what loyalty to Temujin actually got you. In 1203, his own protector Wang Khan tried to have him assassinated at a fake wedding feast. Two men inside Wang Khan's court warned Temujin just in time.
Soak salt to that. The time has come. We must leave now.
He rode out before the trap closed. Once again, he was running. His forces scattered, his empire on the edge of collapse. He stopped at a muddy lake called Baljuna. With 19 men, he drank the murky water and swore an oath. Then, he called every debt, every alliance, every loyal warrior, and he rebuilt fast. He hit Wang Khan's camp in a night attack. Wang Khan fled into the desert and was killed by strangers who didn't recognize him. One rival remained, the Naiman tribe in western Mongolia, sheltering Jamuka and all of Temujin's remaining enemies. Temujin declared war. Before battle, he ordered each soldier to light 5 fires at night. The Naiman Khan saw 10,000 fires and panicked. The Naimans hesitated. Temujin chose his ground and crushed them. Jamuka's last followers captured him and turned him over to Temujin, expecting a reward. Temujin had the betrayers executed. A man who betrays his lord is worthless, in victory or in defeat. Then he turned to Jamuka and offered to restore their friendship. Jamuka refused. Jamuka said, "There can only be one sun in the sky." He asked to die without bloodshed, a noble death. Temujin granted it. Jamuka's back was broken, no blood spilled, a warrior's end. In 1206, every Mongol tribe gathered at the source of the Anan River. The world was about to change. They raised the great white banner, the Suld, and placed Temujin at the center of it all. They gave him a new name, Genghis Khan, oceanic ruler, universal ruler, master of all. He reorganized every man in Mongolia into military units of tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000s. He deliberately mixed men from different tribes in the same units. Your tribe no longer mattered, only your unit. He created the Keshik, an elite guard of 10,000 sons of commanders who served as soldiers, trainees, and hostages all at once. He proclaimed the Yasa, a law code for all peoples, religious tolerance, fair punishment, no exceptions for rank. He turned his eyes south. The Tanga kingdom of Xixia was first. They had things he needed. The Mongols could ride, but they couldn't yet take fortified cities. That problem needed solving. Xixia agreed to tribute and an alliance. Temujin accepted, for now. He always finished what he started. The Uyghurs heard what happened to those who resisted. They rode to Genghis Khan and surrendered without a fight.
We come in peace, great Khan. Submit and be welcomed.
The Uyghurs were literate. Their script became the Mongol script. Their administrators ran the empire. In 1211, Genghis Khan declared war on the Jing dynasty, the rulers of northern China who always treated Mongols with contempt. The Mongols recruited Chinese engineers. They learned to build catapults, siege towers, and use gunpowder.
The tension is held here. Adjustments allow for precise trajectory. How reliable is the release mechanism in wet weather? Tested thoroughly, Commander. It will hold.
The Jin capital, Chengdu, where Beijing now stands, fell in 1215. It burned for a month. What they found inside was almost beyond comprehension. Gold, silk, horses, an empire's worth of wealth. To the west, the Khwarezmian Empire was the richest Muslim kingdom on earth. Genghis Khan sent them merchants, peace, and trade. The governor of Ochar accused them of being spies and killed all 450 of them. Their goods were taken. Genghis Khan sent ambassadors demanding justice. The Shah had one executed and burnt the beards of the others. Genghis Khan climbed a mountain alone and prayed for 3 days. When he came down, he had decided. In 1219, an army of 150,000 men began to move. The Khwarezmian Empire was about to end. Every city received the same message: open your gates and live. Resist and nothing will remain. Ochar resisted for 5 months. When it fell, the governor who started this was executed. Molten silver poured into his eyes and ears. Bukhara surrendered. Genghis Khan rode into the main mosque, climbed onto the pulpit, and spoke. He told them, "I am the punishment of God. If you had not sinned, God would not have sent me." Samarkand resisted. A city of over 100,000 people was destroyed. Skilled craftsmen alone were spared. The Khwarezmian Shah fled. He refused to fight and ran from city to city, chased by Genghis Khan's two best generals. Shev and Subutai pursued him with 20,000 men, and kept going. They circled the Caspian Sea, defeated Russian armies, and covered 8,000 miles. The Shah died on a small island in the Caspian Sea, sick and alone, a king without a kingdom. The great cities of Central Asia, Merv, Nishapur, Bukhara, never fully came back. Some are still ruins. He never forgot. Xi Xia had promised troops for the Khwarezmian campaign and never sent them. That was betrayal. In 1225, nearly 60 years old, he rode to war one last time against Xi Xia. During a hunt, his horse threw him. The fall was serious. The fever that followed was worse. His generals begged him to rest. He refused. The Tangut would fall, fever or no fever. He made his commanders swear, "Keep my death a secret until the Tangut are completely destroyed." In August 1227, he died. He was approximately 65 years old. The secret history simply says he ascended to heaven. His body was carried back to Mongolia in secret. Everyone who saw the funeral procession was killed. They buried him in an unmarked place, planted trees over it, ran horses over the ground. No one knows where he is. His sons and grandsons divided the empire into four. Together, they ruled more land than any empire before or since. His grandson, Kublai, became the first outsider to rule all of China. Marco Polo came to his court. For 100 years after his death, the Silk Road was safe. Trade flowed, ideas traveled, the world connected. Modern genetics tells us that roughly 16 million men alive today carry his Y chromosome, 1 in every 200 men on Earth. He built the largest contiguous land empire in history, from nothing. From a collar around a 15-year-old boy's neck. Was he a monster? A genius? A force of nature? History rarely gives his men who are only one thing. He was born a nobody. He died having changed the world. His name? Genghis Khan.